There is a very, very popular video game platform for independent creators to use to like publish games, and it's called Unity. It's very, very, very popular. I would assume that almost every game that you see on the App Store is with Unity, and even if it's not a game, like a lot of people when they make an app, they literally just take the Unity game engine. They download a mod that allows you to open web pages with Chromium because Chrome's base is like open source. And then when you download the app, it's literally just like a fake unit. It's like a Unity shell that has a web browser in it. And then it navigates to the website that you're going to access. And they call it an app, but it's just a fucking website. And it's bullshit. And that's like almost all applications right now. It's just a fucking Unity thing with a browser attached to it. But Unity is extremely successful, extremely popular, and they have a problem. They make their money off of royalties. So if you make a game and it's very successful and you charge $60 for it, they are entitled to a proportion of your income after, I think, like after $100,000. They're entitled to a percentage of all your profit from sales of your game. Well, as I just mentioned, most Unity apps, number one, aren't games. Number two, aren't $60. So their income potential is limited by the fact that they are not getting money from the majority of their producers because their products are not fixed with a price tag. So Unity has done some other stuff to try and make their engine more profitable. And one of the ways that they do this, the new CEO used to work at EA. Wow, what a interesting piece of information, as I'll get to. So a lot of what Unity does now is actually a kind of a third-party service. If you want to put ads in your game, so you make a free game, well, they don't make any money off the sale. So, but if you make a free game that you want to run ads in, you can very easily integrate Unity ad network into your mobile game. There's a huge number of people who are companies who advertise on this network, so you make some money from your advertisements, and Unity keeps their hand in the water, or so to speak. They are entitled to some money that they wouldn't otherwise make. They also have cloud services. So if you launch a game and you don't know how successful it's going to be and you don't have your own way of scaling up your infrastructure, if it's massively successful and all these people are playing your game, you need tons and tons of servers to handle your player base. If you get lucky, well, you can set up your game so that as people start playing it and servers start getting overloaded, you can automatically deploy through their system servers so that it will scale basically infinitely. You'll never have any downtime. And then Unity also keeps their foot in the water, so to speak, by selling you the software as a service, the server backend. So they've been doing stuff like that for a while to try and make Unity more profitable than it is, and they already make tons of money. They make, I think, billions and billions of dollars a year, because most people, when you play a game, the person who made that game didn't make all the things you see on your screen. A lot of the code is from code projects that you can buy off the Unity 3D store. A lot of the assets, like the user interface, or things that you can buy off the Unity 3D store. You can buy full game demos, you can buy models, you can buy animations and rigging, you can buy everything there, and they make tons and tons and tons and tons of money off of this shit. Which is why if you're like an Indonesian child and you play nothing but free mobile games on Unity or on Google Play, you're probably going to notice that a lot of games have a lot of things in common, and it's because the people making those games are downloading shit off the Unity store, and every time they do, not only does the seller make money, but Unity also makes a cut from the sale. So that shit's been going on for a while, and now Unity has gotten really greedy, and they want to make a income based off every download. So apparently, even if your game is completely free, if someone downloads your game, you owe them 20 cents. Based off of, oh, okay, so this is the actual fee structure. If you have fewer than $100,000 over, or 100,000 download installs over their threshold, which I don't know how much that is, you owe them 20 cents per install. If you have the pro license, which is like something like $20 a month fee, then it's 15 cents per install. And if you're enterprise, it's $12.50, or 12 cents and a half a cent per install. And that scales down. So if you make a very successful app that has 1 million installs, if you're with enterprise or Unity Pro, you owe them a lot less. So these are examples. This guy is a developer. I want to say that this guy right here, Aggro Crab from Aggro Crab Games, puts out a notice saying that this is bullshit. He explains that his game Muck and his game Crab Game have achieved between them approximately 30 million downloads between both of them. So he breaks down the numbers and says that for his game, he would owe Unity $5.6 million for using their engine to make what I assume is a free or very cheap game. Probably a game, it would be safe to say, that has not seen $5.6 million through its lifetime. This is not that bad. I disagree. I think that this is bullshit. This is like, this fee schedule is not to get you to pay 20 cents per install. It's closer to the they want to get you to buy the subscription. Because I think the subscription for Unity Pro is like $200. Actually, I want to say it's $200 a month. I'll look this up real quick. Like, what they're trying to do is try to get you to buy the subscription. Unity Pro calls, I want to say it's $200 a month. I'll look this up very quickly because I think this is public. Enterprise is not public. Okay, it is $2,000 per year per seat. So it is just, I think if you buy it per year, you get like a little discount. So it's $2,000 per person. If you have a team of 5 people, then you would have to pay $10,000 a year for your licenses. But then obviously, if your game is getting installed, millions of times, you would save that and much more, which is the entire point. They're trying to force you to buy this package that up until they added this, you didn't fucking need. If you were on the Unity Plus plan and paying $20 a month, which is more accessible to independent developers who are just starting and don't know if their game is going to make any money, there was no issue, right? So this is just to drive people to buy the pro license, and it's bullshit. So I'm hoping this might be a Unity killer, because a lot of people are not going to be happy with this, and they're going to look into alternatives. And there are alternatives. You have the Unreal Engine, which is very successful. It's also free, and has a lot of assets. PUBG is made in the Unreal Engine, so you can make very successful games off of Unreal. There's a very small open source engine called Godot, which is not as popular, but it has like its dedicated core. And then there's little engines like, for instance, if you wanted to make your game with Temple OS, there is Crunklord's engine that he just made. Other Rust trannies have made, I think Bevy is the name of the engine in Rust, but it would be really nice to see some competition to Unity, because it really is just a corporate beast masquerading as like a fun thing for independent game developers to play with. And it's not. It's a scam. It exists so that you get integrated into their system and then you never leave. And a lot of they don't make their money off you having a successful game. They make money off you buying their fucking assets. I'm pretty sure that if you were to really break down their numbers, I bet you their asset store makes more money than anything else that they do. Because you get all those people who really hope to be like a successful game developer, and they're thinking, oh, I'll just buy some assets and cobble it together to start with. And they bought like $100 worth of assets, and they haven't made any game, and they never will. Because when you buy something, you feel like you're making progress towards it. It's like buying exercise equipment and then not going exercising, right? Like, oh, I'll make a game. Let me buy all these assets. My game looks nice. And then you never finish it, and they make their money, and that's that. So, yeah, I'm not really not a fan of them. They're too big and evil, though. They do. I mean, the thing is that they do have smart people. I've worked with Unity a lot. I've never released anything that I've made, but I get into bits where I like really play around with it. I think I demoed like breathing simulator where I just did nothing but gas physics. I got obsessed with gas physics, and I took like an entire course on physics so I could learn about like thermodynamics and how that would work in like a closed environment and shit. I got really obsessed with that for a while, and that was all in Unity, and it was all with a ECS system, which, in case you're wondering, Bevy with Rust uses ECS. And if you're going to get into the game development, I would suggest you look into using ECS over object-oriented systems, because it's extremely impressive what you can do with a modern multi-threaded processor, and a properly multi-threaded application. So that's just that. I just want to let people know about that. I'm minorly interested in independent game development, and I see this as a cash grab, and it's pretty fucking gross. And I know what they're doing, because again, you're gonna look at this as a entry level developer and think like, oh man, if I make my game with the Unity Pro, I'll only have to pay, you know, a tenth of the install cost when I launch it. I'm gonna get the Unity Pro license right now, and then you and your buddy are paying $2,000 a year for a license that you're not even going to fucking use. You're never going to launch your game. Statistically speaking, you're not going to launch your fucking game. You're going to be a no dev forever, but you are going to be paying Unity $2,000 a year every year that you try to pretend that you're going to launch your game. And I just see it as exploitative of people who have like aspirations and stuff, and it's bullshit.
Thank you for watching this clip. This is the CAC. Remember to like and subscribe.